Birds of Prey's official box office opening weekend results are out. And as many of us expected, because, we've been hearing by now, it did underperform pretty hard. Domestically, it made about 33.3 million, which is far below expectations. I think originally this movie was domestically supposed to make around $50 million at first, and then we saw other adjusted, things, 40 to 60 million. But it was supposed to do a lot better than 33.3 million. This makes it, I'm reading this on the Hollywood Reporter, though I'm sure by now these numbers, the box office performance are on multiple articles, but I'm just looking at this one. This makes this the lowest DCEU box office opening of the current era of DC movies, or DC in general if you count Joker, because Joker's not a DCEU movie, it's its own separate thing, but still a DC movie. But, Birds of Prey is the lowest, which makes it look kind of bad. A lot of people were thinking, it'll do better, or it could possibly do better in its opening weekend than Shazam. Like, since Shazam was the lowest one, that was like the yardstick. We gotta do better than Shazam if we're Birds of Prey, but they didn't. Now Birds of Prey is gonna be the yardstick, right? Future DCEU movies have gotta be like, we gotta do better than Birds of Prey, so we look better than that one. So, that's unfortunate. I made a video a little while ago about reasons why I don't think Birds of Prey did as well as it could have done, or should have done. So, we'll see. Let's go into this one. This article goes a bit more into these numbers and talks about the worldwide totals. So, Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn failed to gain altitude in its box office debut, earning a tepid 33.3 million from 4,236 theaters to mark one of the lowest domestic launches in modern times for a studio superhero pick. Oh yeah, I did see on Twitter a while ago that Birds of Prey was released in like quite a few theaters. Like, the range of theaters was huge, like huger than other movies. But even so, even though there was big market penetration, 4,200 theaters, that still didn't amount, it was playing on a lot of screens, but I guess a lot of those screens were empty. The female-led film was never meant to score a mega opening since it is a spin-off in sports and R rating. Still, the Warner Brothers and DC title had been tracking to start off with at least 50 million to 55 million in North America. A decent start. I thought I saw somewhere on here where they spoke to international numbers. Okay, I guess I saw it on this tweet from Luis Fernando, who's a guy who spends a lot of time talking about box office figures, box office reports. According to him, Birds of Prey flew low internationally with about 48 million opening overseas. So its total box office worldwide and domestic added together, according to what he's seeing, is 81.3 million. And that's a lot lower than, I think we saw articles earlier saying that Birds of Prey was expected to make between like 110 and 125 million globally over its opening weekend. So it's about like 20 or 30 million dollars below that. Or I think 40 million if you're going from 81.3 to 125 million. This is bad for the movie, but I don't think this is going to have too much of a bearing on, DC's rep going forward, because even now, I don't think that the fallout from this are going to be a lot of people making these whole, like, DC is dead, reboot the DC kind of DCEU videos and articles you saw. You would have seen if a movie like this, a DC movie, had underperformed this hard, like in the BVS Justice League Suicide Squad days. I think, a lot of people are just going to, forget about Birds of Prey and look to Wonder Woman and, the James Gunn Suicide Squad and the Batman. So, I think this is just a bump on the road for DC in terms of their reputation and box office. The reputation for DC movies is still, like, not that great, but it's better than it used to be. Birds of Prey did get great reviews, but that just did not translate into great box office. So we'll see what Birds of Prey's final box office total is before it leaves theaters. I'm thinking it's probably not really going to make that much. Maybe at best it might break even. I think the movie cost about like 85 million to make, adding in reshoots and stuff. Of course, not adding in marketing, but we don't usually add in marketing for like any movie these days. So, if you go through the math that a movie should make about double what it costs to produce, Birds of Prey, if it costs like 83 million, it should make, you know, close to like 200 million and still be at that break-even point. We shall see. The interesting thing will be what's the future for the characters in Birds of Prey. Like if the movie bombs, will we see Huntress and Black Canary again? And if we do, where? Will it be in a sequel, or will they just be in somebody else's movie as side characters? Like, is this the end for Journey Smollett Bell as Black Canary and Mary Elizabeth Winstead as the Huntress? We're gonna see Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn again. She's too big of a character, and she's gonna be in Suicide Squad, the new one. But it'll be very interesting what the future, I think, will be for the characters in Birds of Prey. Where we will see them again and how. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.